Hello and welcome to the Easy Excitable podcast. My name is Tom and with me this week is Emma. Hey, how's it going?
Hello! Oh, it goes really well.
Excellent. Yeah, you've been to the UK recently. Let's just jump straight into it.
I know, right? We're just diving right in.
How was that trip? Whereabouts did you go to? And all the other things. Who did you meet up with? Because I knew you were meeting
Just
up
everything,
with
yeah. No, it was amazing. It was kind of spur of the moment. One of those, like, I have a huge chunk of time and I've never done anything, so screw it. Yeah, off I go. But yeah, no, I kind of went everywhere. Like, It was very, you had to be on top of it, or else you wouldn't make something. But I started out in Southampton.
Okay.
Ended up going all the way to Fort William in Scotland, and then back down so I could get to Heathrow like on time. So yeah, I saw a bit of everything and everywhere, and of course met up with some people along the way. So I don't even know where to start. There's so much.
Start with Southampton because that's a pretty cool place.
It was such a beautiful city and everything. So I met up with Dan, who is a fellow good guy gamer. And he gave me, the tour, drove me around. He took me to Firle, which is, I love, heritage and, history, family history. So my mom's side comes from Firle. So we got to wander around, eat at a pub, and, look around at all that.
Awesome.
So Dan did an amazing job. It was so much fun hanging out with him. He made me a full English breakfast.
Awesome.
Which was delicious. Thank you, Dan. And from there, I went up to Leeds, got to see, that city and everything. It was beautiful. I didn't know what to expect. I kind of just had it as a little stopping point.
Yeah, I've been to Leeds, twice. I don't know that much about it.
Apparently, I was in the nice part.
Okay.
Because apparently there's, a part where, it drastically changed. I don't know if this is wrong. This is all just, talk that I heard from people, but apparently it can just shift into a not so nice part of town. And I was like, oh well, I got the beautiful cobblestone stuff, and it was nice. So I got to walk around. Went up to the pronunciation on this, I'm gonna try really hard. Edinburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, apparently it's very American to say Edinburgh.
Yes, it is.
That was probably my favorite city.
Okay.
I would live there in an instant. It was beautiful, amazing. It was clean. It was very clean.
Yeah.
So I really, really liked that. So I got to meet up with Andy, met up with let's see, Harry was there. One of our Swedish member in the Good Guy Gamer, whose name I always call Misha, and he doesn't like that because that's not how you pronounce his name. But let's see, Ellie was there, Dom was there. Awesome. So yeah, we had a nice little time and got to try haggis, which I love.
Fair enough. I've never tried it, but that's just because I don't eat meat. So
oh,
I'm not that trained. So
that would make it very hard to try.
Yeah.
I think I had haggis for every meal in Scotland because I loved it so much. It was just so good. But yeah, then Harry and I went over to Fort William to kind of see the more mountainy nature stuff and walk along trails. So that was beautiful. Glencoe. There was I cannot pronounce it to save my life, but about 30 minutes north of Fort William, there's a nature preserve area. So that was beautiful, and I got to see snow.
Woohoo!
We made a snowman.
Awesome.
So yeah, then that was good. We went back down, stopped off in we stopped off in Leeds again, went to York for just to randomly see the Disaster Artist.
Oh right, okay.
So yeah, I don't know, we were like, well, we gotta see a movie, it's only showing in York, let's go to York.
Fair enough.
Saw that. Yeah. We went to Oxford because I love Tolkien
okay.
so much, so I wanted to see his grave, and then the Eagle and Child pub.
Okay. Yeah.
So we got to the pub, which, by the way, had the greatest pie I've ever had. It was delicious, and there's Tolkien posters everywhere. It's filled with nerds. There was a family playing puzzles drinking beer like next to us.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone it was so happy and lovely. So that was awesome. We did walk to the gravesite, but it was closed.
Ah, okay.
So that was kind of unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get to like see, where Tolkien has been buried and stuff like that. But hey, that means I can come back.
Yeah. When it's open, yay!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, then from there we basically went, got to see Bath a bit, walk around that city, and that's a beautiful city.
It's very hilly,
rainy.
isn't it?
It was.
Yeah, it's real hilly. Yeah.
It really was. Thankfully we had like buses and everything, because Hills and I do not agree. But yeah, so that was fun. I'm trying to think. I don't think there was anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But it was basically this amazing. I mean, the mountains in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I fell in love with Scotland. Like, I love England, but
England's cool, but there's something about Scotland, isn't there? It's just like so nice. It's just like if I could like live in Glasgow, there's like a place just north of Glasgow that when I was up there, oh god, it was like 3 years ago. Like I went up and there's like this shopping mall on the edge of a loch, and I just like I went there and I only parked there because I knew there was parking, and then I just went for like I ran for like an hour and a half just along random trails up and down the hills around the loch, and I was just like, oh, this is amazing. And yeah, just ran, and it was like, oh, the countryside up there is just fantastic. Like, yeah,
it is.
Like you said, just... if you could live in Edinburgh, like for me, it's Glasgow, and I'm just like, or like just north of Glasgow, because Glasgow's, I don't know, for some reason, Glasgow's just like one of those cities that I'm just like, oh, I have a real affinity for this place.
Yeah, it's kind of strange how they just strike you like that.
Yeah,
you
like,
just want to.
I also have an affinity like that for Singapore as well. I'm just like, oh, I could just live there as well. But like, I did live there for 6 months, so But I don't have that same draw to Southampton. Like I lived there for 3.5 years, for uni, and like I'm just like, I don't really want to go back to there. Whereas like there are other places where I'm just like, oh, they're amazing places. But
you just connect with them, and then you're like, one day I will go back and hope that the magic is still there and everything. So yeah, that definitely happened for me in Scotland. I mean, I'm already thinking, when I graduate, like present to myself, let's go back to Scotland. Let's go higher, let's go all the way to the top.
Yeah, go in like the summer when it's going to be mediocre weather at best, but at least it won't be freezing cold when you go on all your walks.
Oh god, yeah, that was at the nature reserve. The wind is blowing, the snow is slushy, like my eyes are like weeping because the wind is so cold. Yeah, that was an experience.
I want to just, if I find myself with a week or something, just go and have a drive up and like try walking every day and just chill out, find some B&Bs, and just have a generally good time, and just go on an adventure and see how it goes, because Scotland's an amazing place. But then again, I'm kind of like, I'd like to go and visit some of the like European cities and like countryside out there as well. But that's just wishful thinking at this point in time.
I think it's a good problem to have when you have lots of places you want to travel to. Because that's where I find myself kind of going like, oh, I want to go back to Scotland, but I want to go to Iceland, but oh, hey, would really love to go to Canada. Like, I don't know where I'm gonna fit all this traveling in, but I'm gonna make it happen, like somehow.
Yeah, I'm just like, when I'm over in the States, I'm just like, oh, it'd be cool to go down to Florida, up to like North Carolina, to visit New York, and to just visit all these places I've just heard about and seen things. And I'm just like, oh, go experience like typical things in these places that you hear of. So like, try and, I don't know, find something to do in New York. Just go and wander around Times Square, like. But yeah, I don't
you'd
really
find
know.
something.
Oh, I'd find so many things to do in so many different places. And yeah, it's just like, even when I'm in the States, I'm just like, oh, there's more places we can go, and there's things to do there also. Yeah, I guess from time to time I get a bit of wanderlust, and I'm just like, I can go wherever I want to go, everywhere. I just want to go to all the places. Oh no.
Hey, it will keep life exciting though. If you always have a place you want to visit, it's always something to strive for. At least that's how I try to look at it.
Yeah. So travel is a fun thing, and you visited the UK and you had a good time. So that's real cool.
I can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
I will say though, I noticed a lot of little differences in culture.
Yes.
Which was super interesting. And one of them, just going to throw it out here because I'm still shocked by it. I'm shocked. So we have pigs in a blanket.
Yeah, they're nothing like that. Ours, are they?
They are nothing. Like, American pigs in a blanket are the crescent rolls, with the little hot dog, because it is a hot dog wrapped in a blanket of bread. It's beautiful. So I go in Scotland and get pigs in a blanket. They're wrapped in bacon, which is delicious.
Yeah. Little sausages wrapped in bacon.
It's not a blanket. Yeah, that's a pig wrapped in a pig. Yep. It's not a blanket at all. Like, no. I refuse.
Yeah. There's
that was a difference.
Yeah. There are quite a lot of differences that I've noticed. Like, it depends on where you are. Like, because where I was in the States, everyone seemed to be friendly. But like, when you go to certain places, like, I'm not sure about Edinburgh, but in Glasgow, it's so friendly up there in general.
Oh,
and like,
that's lovely.
Like other places in the UK, Northampton, mediocre on its friendliness. I felt Southampton was too, to be fair, but like, I was going to say in terms of culture, America seems to be more friendly. I think it's just the cities and the locales that you go, rather than like, because in the UK you get pockets of places that are nice and pockets of places that are mediocre and not so great, shall we say. Which, like you say, seems to happen no matter where you go, because I can think of places in the States where, if you go there, the people are going to be kind of like, so it's, I definitely think you're totally right on that. It's more the area, and different ones. Yeah. Those pockets. Mm-hmm. And
But,
fair enough. Anyway.
Anyway,
So, other things that have been going on over Christmas, there was a Good Go Gamers Secret Santa, which was a lot of fun. Who organised that? Was that you and Kelly?
So that one was actually organised by Kelly. Okay. So big shout out for the awesome job he did with that. It's this little thing that we do at the end of the year. I'm sure Kelly talked about it, last week for you.
Yeah, he did. It's just, it was a case of like, I was his Secret Santa, so it's like, it's like, it was a bit awkward being like, oh yeah, I got this person a few things.
How do we talk about it?
Yeah.
But it's so fun though. And it gets people involved a bit, and you just get to give something and have that surprise element. And we I think the full title for it is, it's our Steam Secret Santa, because it's only ever Steam games, so that no one has to give out addresses and things like that. Which, just makes it, I think, a bit more comfortable for those involved. We keep it low-key, basically. But, a lot of fun.
Yeah, the timing was really good as well, because it was like, okay, everyone, here's your assignments. And then, like, within the next 24 hours, the Steam sale went on. And we're just like, oh my god, I can afford a bunch of games for my giftee. And,
it was perfect, because you were actually my Secret Santa person. I got to give you gifts, so that was fun.
So you got me Hexcells Infinite, which is just a puzzly game with hexagons, which is a lot of fun. I actually started playing and like was going through it, and then like discovered the Infinite feature, and then I was just like, I'm kind of in a kick of wanting to complete games for the new year. So I went back and I bought myself Hexcells and Hexcells Plus, because they were like 60p each, as like primers for Hexcell Infinite, and yeah, from there I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a good time with this. So I'm just working through them, and they're games that like you can complete because there's achievements and there's a defined number of puzzles. So I'm just like, this is nice. It's fun to play. It's Minesweeper-esque. But
Ooh,
you just
okay,
get
yeah.
failures rather than the board blowing up when you hit a bomb. And yeah, it's real interesting and fun to play. I like little puzzle games like that, and there seems to be a bunch of them. I was looking for a more eloquent word, but
Yeah.
bunch was the word that I came up with. Great, good job, me. And then the other game was One Shot, which I haven't delved into yet, but I've read a bunch of things about it, and it just popped up on my recommendations, and I saw it, and I was like, this looks really interesting, I want to give it a go. So hopefully I'm going to get to that pretty soon. Which is
Yeah, you'll have to let me know how it
I
goes.
will do. Because yeah, then I can just be like, everyone, you must play this game. Yeah. How was your Steam Secret Santa?
It was good. It was good. I'm trying to remember because God, my brain has been everywhere since then. Just so much going on with the trip and getting back.
Yes.
And Christmas and New Year's. We have the GDG holiday coming up, so I've been working furiously to try to get that so I can meet with people. Internships and stuff. So, but my Secret Santa, I had the lovely and always wonderful Ashley from Good Guy Gamers. She is fantastic, so she got me a little game off my wish list, and I wish I could remember what it was. I can't believe that I can't remember.
Oh dear.
It bothers me so much, but it is here and installed and somewhere, and it's gonna be really fun because as soon as we hang up, I'm gonna be like, crap, it was
that one.
this game.
Yeah.
But
I think that's the benefit of me like recently getting into PC games
Yeah.
and only having 26 games in my library. But that's kind of a benefit of like getting into it recently.
Yeah, I'm running off 208 games on my Steam library.
That's quite a few.
Yeah, I've only played maybe 5% of those.
Oh, that's not that many.
Very, very small amount, yeah. But it was great. It was fun, and she sent me a really lovely like message attached to it and everything. So that was always nice to see because Ash is a fantastic person.
Yes,
so
she's always fun to chat to.
She is so like happy.
Yes, Yeah. I've had a good time recently. Just like no matter what I'm playing, just hopping into the services chat. Like I'm trying to be around more and more, and just chat to people more in general. But yeah, I was playing Battlegrounds on it was Wednesday night. And like I had my best game I've ever had, and I was in chat there, and I was like, ugh. Like I got 2 kills, and I was number 2. And then I got eliminated by the other person because they came over a hill and I didn't have a clue where they were until I saw them just a bit too late. But yeah, like I'm having a much better time on Miramar than I am on Erangel, so I'm just like,
yeah.
I prefer Erangel, but like I always do better on Miramar, so I'm just like, oh no, that's a real big dilemma that I have right there.
And of course it works out that way.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. It's just like, I just wish. But yeah, I just need to get better at that game. Really, just work on it and just make sure my like 1v1 skills are better because that's where I'm falling down. Like recognizing where people are, but I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna load into places, jump in where there's a high population of people, and just try and win. Just try and beat
we'll
people.
have to get some squads and duos going and all that. You'll have to play. We have a really cool game mode that we developed originally for Extra Life, and then we just kept it going. Where all of us try to get in the same lobby.
Yeah.
And we work really hard to like, not break rules by like saying where people are, but we just all jump in the same location and just have a death match with Good Guy Gamers. And it is so much fun. Occasionally we'll pair off, go into separate, chat channels, and then just have a duo match against Good Guy Gamers and the rest of the world, and try to see who's the best. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'd like to be involved in one of those.
Oh,
Whenever
it's
it comes
chaos,
up. The problem is at the moment is Wednesdays are D&D nights, and like when things start going on, like 9 p.m. On most weekdays at the moment, like that's when I'm aiming to get myself off to bed. So I'm just like, ugh, needs to be a little earlier, or like on the weekends, and just trying to figure that out. But yeah,
hey, we'll figure it out. We play all the time, definitely.
there's loads of people
We'll
playing
get
all the time. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just trying to and like I went over to my friend's house last night to catch up because I haven't seen them in 3 months, and he's got Battlegrounds, so I'm just like, oh yeah, let's just chat and play on there. Like I need to get his Steam info because I've only recently really got into PC gaming, like I said, and he's, I don't know, the biggest Dota nerd that I know. He's been playing that for years and years, and like he moved from Hon, so Heroes of Newerth, up to Dota 2 once it was released, and yeah, he's always playing that. But yeah, and then I've got another friend who got a PC while I was away as well, who's local as well, and I just need to like reach out to them and be like, hey, come on, let's play some games. Yeah, but
it's growing.
Yeah, it seems to be just, I don't know, for me, because I've just got into it, I'm just like, oh, it seems to be a real good time, but it's kind of like always been a good time to be into PC games with Steam being around. It's just like, oh yeah, continual things going on. But yeah.
But you get that new and the fresh and excitement, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah. What else has been going on? So this morning I went into town and I needed to buy myself, I've set myself a goal of reading a book this year.
A book.
Just one. Just so I can be like, I've read a book. But I went overboard and I bought myself 3 books. I actually bought myself 4 books, but one of them's a learning book. So I don't really count that as reading a book. That's for learning.
Yeah.
And I consider that slightly...
That's a life skill.
Yeah, that's slightly different as opposed to just like reading a book for reading a book's sake. Yeah. So I got myself The Colour of Magic.
Oh, I've heard of that.
The Light, Fantastic, and Equal Rights. They're the first 3 Discworld novels by Terry Pratchett.
Ooh,
and
you are going to have to tell me what you think of those, because I've heard of that first title, but I've never checked it out.
So yeah, they're the first 3 books of the Discworld series. The 4th book is called Mort, and it's like one of the very few books I've ever read, and it is very, very funny. Because Death goes missing in that book, and then this kid called Mort has to like take over his responsibilities, and it's just ludicrous. Luckily, there's like no the world set up in all of these different books, but the stories don't necessarily strictly follow on from the previous ones.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask you, because you said it was the 4th book.
Yes.
And I was like, wait a second. Are you telling me that you've read the 4th book in the series and not 1, 2, 3?
That is the case, yes. But there's no. It's not like it strictly happens in this order as well.
Yeah, there's no sequential stuff. It's just
there are some sequential things that go through like the whole of the series, but it is all jumbled up. So it's just a case of like how Terry Pratchett wrote it. And he passed away, I think, in 2016. And then, recent, last year, one of the big bits of news was that he had his hard drives with his remaining, unfinished works on a hard drive steamrollered, just so that no one could, attempt to finish them because he couldn't.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, oh, that sounds like an absolute blast. Okay, having that written and enacted, that sounded real fun. I'm real excited to get into reading some books because it's been a while. Are you much of a reader?
I am, and as you're talking, I'm feeling more inspired to try to take on 1 or 2 books this year, because I find myself so caught up in stuff that I'm doing on the computer, and then I fall asleep to Netflix or something, and I'm like, I have these, I'm looking at my nightstand right now that has 3 books on it ready to read, and I'm like, you know what, if your goal is a book a year, I'm gonna make that book right there on my nightstand, some Elantris book. That's gonna be my goal. So,
Nice.
I used to read so much. I think at one point I went through my young adult collection. I donated it all to the library, but there were like 200 books.
Oh my goodness.
That I just collected. Yeah, I loved them. I used to go to the library and get, 15 books and then just devour a book a day because I just loved it. I ate them up, and then I just stopped. I got busy. So you're inspiring me. Thank you.
Nice.
I'm gonna take on your goal too.
Nice.
I want to do, 1 or 2 books this year.
Yeah,
So.
I'm real bad about like leaving my laptop away from like my bed because I always like drag it in and I'm just like, oh, I'll just watch videos and fall asleep. And over the last week, because I've been trying to go to bed earlier, I've just left my laptop in the living room, so like I'm not using it when I'm actually in bed. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to try and continue on that trend and not take my laptop anywhere where I should be sleeping. So because like I've heard many times in like, if you want to sleep better, don't take electronics into your bed and like don't have a laptop around. And so I kind of want to embrace that, and then also like be like, yes, I'll head to bed half an hour early and sit and read for half an hour, set a timer, and then just go to sleep once I'm done. Like,
no, that's perfect. That's like, what is it? There's that theory. I can't remember what it's called, and it's not 100%, but it's pretty true. But yeah, your brain starts to associate like where you're sitting with what you're doing, which is why they say if you eat in bed, you'll find yourself getting hungry because your brain is like, this is the place where I eat. Feed me, and like the same with like electronics. Like, this is the place where I watch movies.
Yeah.
Watch movies, stay awake, like all that. So yeah, I think you are gonna sleep so well.
I'm
falling asleep with a book is so
I'm good. Hoping so.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
right?
fingers crossed. So yeah. Cool. Yeah. I'm trying to think if is there anything else really to address right now, but
well, I want to say something.
Yeah, go for it.
And I feel like it's probably already been said, and everything, but the picture that you posted on Discord,
maybe I know which,
with a beautiful hand and a beautiful sparkly. I don't know. I'm sure you've talked about it already, but I am just ecstatic for you and your news and all that.
Thank you very much. So yeah, I got engaged to Rachel, and yeah, it's going all right.
I am so excited. I can't wait to like, pictures and updates. I'm a very much a wedding person, by the way. I don't know if you can tell. They make me excited. They make me happy. So,
we're trying to figure it out because like the immigration process takes a certain amount of time, and then you have to like sort it all out and like get green cards and stuff like that sorted within 3 months, and the process to get a green card can take anywhere between a month and a half, which means over the 3 months that you've been approved to the end of the time, you have to get married and do the month and a half process. So you have like less than a month to get everything like nailed down. So it's going to be a bit of a rush when we get through that process, but that's like ongoing and will probably occur in the future. We kind of have a few plans, but we're just trying to sort it out, really, and just handle life at the moment. So there's going to be a million things going on. But yeah,
definitely. But it's so exciting. I'm so happy for both of you. I remember RTX last year playing pool in that bar, that Western country bar, and everything. And I was talking with Rachel, and you guys were just so cute. And I don't know, I'm just so happy. I'm like, I just wanted to say congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's, it's been an exciting time. And like the friends I went over to yesterday, they got engaged like just before Christmas as well. So we were just chatting about everything that's going on. So yeah, that was a really good catch up yesterday because they were.
Definitely.
So it was. It's exciting times for quite a few people. But also it means that there's big, like I said to Dom last week, like there's been a lot of people recently that have made these big changes, like Dom quitting his job and like all the things, like a lot of people that we know particularly are just like, oh, what I'm doing right now doesn't have to be what I'm doing forever, and so there's like big changes being made. And much like you were saying before, you're doing a masters in social care. My sister's been in a job for like the county councils nearby, where she's been placing people, and she's just got an offer to do a degree in social care. So she's also like going down that avenue, but like her job's going to be paying for it, and so she's real excited, nice. And that means she's going to be doing more and more stuff. I think she got the fact that like she got the job, and then she's just inspired because like when we were younger, we fostered my little sister, and like dealing with the social workers was always a pain. So I think she's kind of like, oh, I can be better than these people that helped us in the past, but understanding that it's a tough job, and it's just like, yeah, it sounds real rewarding. Whereas I'm just like, oh, I'll just do whatever I want, and like not make any real contribution to society.
Oh, no.
Nah, that's not true. I work for a fertilizer company, and fertilizers probably cover like, in general, the whole of the fertilizer industry probably contributes to about 50% of the food in the world. So I know where I stand in the world, but I'm kind of like, oh, the company I'm working for, I'm a bit tepid on at the moment. But that's okay. That's what like I was anticipating coming back and being like, oh, I'm engaged, I want to go somewhere. So you know, there's a lot of changing things.
Oh yeah, it's exciting though.
Yes.
It's I think one of the best things too, like hearing everyone like about change and stuff, because you're right, like so many people are making these, you know, rather drastic changes to their lives, but everything has been really positive. Like even Dom, like, you know, hearing him chat and everything, it's just so happy and positive and good, and like you know, your sister, like and she's so excited, and like, you know, she's gonna change the world and stuff. So it's kind of relieving that, you know, everyone is making these changes, but no one's going like, oh, I lost my house, you know, or like, you know, I was fired or something. Like, it's very nice that everyone is doing something to improve their mental health, basically, and be happy, instead of have tragedy happen.
Yeah, it's nice to hear all these things. Yeah, it's nice to hear all these things in the group and like around the place when so much of the world at the moment is like, oh, it's all doom and gloom. So it's just like, it's real refreshing for me and for like many people I know, just to be like, oh, actually things are going okay for us, and we know what we're doing.
Exactly.
It's nice and refreshing to be like, yeah, we've got plans and things are going on while the rest of the world might be falling apart. So you know,
we're good. They're not, but you know.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Emma, where can we find you across the internet?
Oh goodness, you can find me. I do a lot of Twitter. I love Twitter. I'm Lord of the Decaf, which is a huge lie because I don't drink decaf, but that's okay. So you can find me there. You can find me a lot on the Good Guy Gamers at Facebook. And that's probably it. Okay. Oh, I do have YouTube. The Emma Dilemma, all one word. So yeah, I don't upload very much, but when I do, I like to think that it's the best channel on YouTube.
Nice.
No, it's not. But yeah, so that's where you can find me. Those three places, basically.
Cool. I can be found across the internet at Destroy Topham or at Etherfar, depending on where you're looking. That's like Twitter, Instagram. I want to say other places too, but I can't really remember. I haven't really uploaded anything on the Etherfar YouTube channel in a while because I haven't really come out with any new music. And then this is the Easily Excitable podcast, and it's a good time. Thank you very much for being my guest this week.
Oh, of course. Thank you for having me.
No problem. And everyone have an exciting week, and we'll catch you around. Goodbye.
Goodbye.